Who's buried in Midian?
Ain't nothing but dead folk.
Somewhere, hidden from sight, closer than you might think, is a place that's not on any map. Midian.
Everything's true. God's an astronaut. Oz is over the rainbow. And Midian is where the monsters live.
Hello everybody. She's Amy.
I'm
Josh. And welcome to a series that she wants to call Amy Loves Bad Movies.
To give you a little background on the idea of this series, throughout our multiple-year relationship, one thing has been a constant. I've seen more movies than him, and I like showing him the movies I've seen.
And one thing usually comes up from that is that the quality is not exactly to my liking. Oh man, there are some stinkers that you've had. You're like, I love this movie, and then I watch it, I'm like
Devilman.
All right, have you been eating paint chips?
But I've challenged myself. I'm going to find him movies that he should love because I love them. Well,
the bar is like, I don't even know where the bar is. It's in the fourth dimension because I love Starship Troopers.
That's true.
So, quite honestly, if it's going to be stupid, it at least needs to have fun and not be too stupid.
Which I think NightBreed, which is today's movie,
NightBreed
falls into. So NightBreed is the movie we're doing today, and it was done by a guy called Clive Barker, who was behind the Hellraiser series, which would be the dude with the pins in his head.
Another series I have not seen, but then again, I haven't seen Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th, or really a whole bunch of stuff because
so we have a lot of stuff to do on this show.
Wuss when I was a kid.
Let me tell you about a little bit about the history.
Let me tell you about this watch.
Let me tell you a little bit about, because this has a pretty interesting history. NightBreed, originally Cabal, that's the book it's based on, was supposed to be sort of horror's Lord of the Rings / Star Wars trilogy of movies.
So
it was supposed to be, and he was, Clive Barker was very passionate about this project. Like, this was his baby. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those where so much passion and work went into it, and then the studio came in and just fucked it all up. Mm-hmm. However, my personal history with it, like, I only knew about all that stuff later, because I kind of liked the original cut.
So how old were you when you saw this?
I was 6.
And what rating is this movie?
I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be an R. It was done by accident. You know, back in the 90s when...
This was a 90s film?
No, I think this is an 80s film. But I saw it in the 90s because we had a VHS tape. And it was when you, like, recorded shit off a cable. And the first part of it was something I used to watch quite a bit. It was a Disney Channel Minnie Mouse special that had, like, Janet Jackson and, like, Elton John and, like, different segments, and it was pretty cool. And then after that, because it's, you know, those VHS tapes were like 6 hours. After that, it would fade over into this movie called Parenthood with Steve Martin, which is also a really good one. And then at the very tail end of Parenthood, it would be the static. And then it faded over into, and if those of you who have seen this movie, and you will see it soon, there's the title of NightBreed scrolls by, and you see all of these fantastically fucked up monsters are in each letter, just like in their own little world doing their little thing. And as like a kid, it scared the shit out of me, but fascinated me at the same time. And I was able to see this because my mom was asleep because she worked night shift. So it was one of those things like, okay, I'm going to put in Minnie Mouse and I'm going to take a nap.
So you watch this in the daytime with the lights on?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense for a 6-year-old.
It still scared the shit out of me though. Like, this is pre-Goosebumps. So, it also stars David Cronenberg as the serial killer. Do you know who David Cronenberg is?
No.
Christ almighty. He's another master of horror. You know the Rick and Morty episode, The Cronenbergs?
Oh, okay.
That's sort of they turn into these disgusting... He
So
specialized
he made
in...
The Fly?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He specialized in body horror. And there's actually a movie by him which is going to be on this series. It might be our next watch. Called Existenz, where he took Cronenberg body horror and mixed it with video gaming, virtual reality video gaming.
Oh boy. All right, so we're probably going to watch this now, and I have no high hopes, as I usually do.
We'll see. We'll see.
That way, if it's
likes
good,
it.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
There you go. There you go. It might be good.
Probably not.
Cut. Just cut.
It'd be more like,
We're gonna watch the movie now.
we're going to watch NightBreed.
Okay. So, it's the next day.
Hi. So,
We ended up watching the Cabal cut
yeah, and,
by accident because I loaded the wrong file.
yeah, so she
So
wanted
he
to
saw
show me
that
the
you-
original version?
Yeah, which is a lot shorter, and I thought you'd like more because the pacing's a little bit better. And, but I accidentally showed him the 2-hour and 8-minute video, so that's why we're doing this the next day because he was too tired to really make anything of it
I was
last night.
tired as hell. So it starts out good. The Cabal edition starts out good, but then it kind of ends disappointingly. And I do say that as a personal thing.
Right.
I can't speak for everyone. But I mean, it starts out, it has good artwork, good music, and everything like that, and then it kind of meanders from then on, you know.
There was also a lot of stuff, and I think this is because this is the fan cut version, but there's a lot of just looking at the amazing character design and effects from the
Right.
monsters rather than getting to know actually who these monsters are.
Mm-hmm.
I think if there had been more of that, you probably would have been able to get on board a bit more.
For instance, the red dude with the spiked tendril, the guy who looks like
The
Knuckles
vampire.
a bit.
Yeah, the vampire. I think it's a vampire.
No, I don't want to use vampire because they're just called NightBreed and they don't specify like what kind of monsters they are.
What tribe they're from.
Classifying them as vampire just makes it sound silly.
Okay.
Like, because it's like, okay, well, if you're a vampire, just say you're a fucking vampire.
Well,
To me, it
he
does.
looks like a demon, but it's the whole bite and the vampire. It's very vampire-like.
Okay, that actually just raises another question in my brain all of a sudden, and that's... Oh, wait, no. Okay, I was going to say, like, does the bite turn you or something? Because
Yeah.
he had to get shot to pieces, and then it turns out he was NightBreed.
Well,
And
I
then
think it was the bite is like infection, and then after you die, you become kind of like zombie rolls.
Okay, I guess. It was nice seeing all the different kinds of NightBreed and that sort of thing.
You liked
but,
Rachel, the smoke lady.
but you didn't get to know any of them. They just kind of show up and they go, hey, I have a freaky thing, and that's it.
Yeah. Pretty
So,
much.
like, Porcupine Quill Lady does a Porcupine Quill thing. She has, like, one line the entire movie, and that's, like,
I dreamt
blown
him.
off in the, in
Yeah.
the early. The red tendril Dracula dude, you don't get to know at all. Like, he says,
And yet
oh no, I did this.
He's
and I'm
the
like,
one you
I don't
spend
care.
the most time with, actually.
No.
You see
Maybe.
him. You see him more than anybody else.
I'd say more face removal guy, actually.
Oh yeah, but he's not really part of the monster crew. He's kind of the human-termed monster crew.
But the problem with they don't really spend enough time to develop any characters with these other people.
And they are fascinating to look at, and I wish we knew more about. And I think as a child, when I first fell in love with this movie, I was fascinated by who these characters might be. So it was kind of like my imagination was filling in the blanks. But watching it as an adult, I can see where the holes are.
Except for that And there's also that giant hole that the girl won't even notice until like 5 minutes after changing her shirt for no fucking reason.
The one that's in the wall that you as the audience see immediately, and you can tell the actress is purposefully not looking at it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I like the actress in this. I thought she did well with what she had to do.
She's okay.
Yeah, I liked her. And I like the guy who played Boone.
I couldn't tell if she was singing or actually a really good lip syncing in the beginning, so I'll give her that.
No, I thought she was pretty charismatic, and she's a really good crier. She does the pretty cry very well. She does that a lot in this movie, but she does the pretty cry very well.
Again, too bad there isn't any character development in this movie
I know.
whatsoever. Like, Boone dies, comes back, apparently he's a a god being sort of thing.
He's the chosen one. Yeah. He is
yeah.
the chosen one of the prophecy, but you don't learn that until, like, the final climax.
But even then, when you learn that, you're like, oh, of course. So for the NightBreed, it goes, I'm having weird dreams to, there's this weird place to, there's these weird things, and they're like, oh, we can't go after you, that's the law. And
they have
I guess
a lot
you're
of
one of us
laws, but
now.
it's
Here's
never
a law.
specifically, like, there's a law to keep
It's
Boone
just
from
law.
doing just anything. Boone can't do shit because of the law.
It's very vague, very not detail specific anything, and that kind of pisses me off.
I bet it's more fully realized in the book. Like, I'm actually kind of interested in reading the book just because the Cabal, and there's a sequel to it. I'd be interested in reading the book. And I would actually love to see this remade, maybe with a little bit more money behind it.
But as it stands, the whole plot and action and everything just kind of unfolds at a bit of a Calvin Ball-esque sort of thing. Things just happen because. There's not really any rhyme or reason or logic dictating a lot of stuff. Like, there's maybe one, maybe two, maybe three things that actually have any sort of build-up to.
And,
like
and there's also a lot of scenes that work within themselves. Like when Babette is like stuck outside and the woman helps her. Like that scene as an isolated island is pretty good. You see this thing around the corner and it turns out to be a little girl. Like there's a lot of little stuff like that in the movie. It's just they don't link up very well.
That's like kind of one of the things I meant.
And then
Or was that one guy?
The poor guy with the sparrows around his neck and the puppy.
Yeah. And then
when he gets...
It gets dragged out into the sun.
Yeah. I felt horrendous for him because he'd done nothing but good things throughout that. And he was kind of an interesting character to look at. He didn't really look like anything. He kind of looked like his own thing. And he had helped out one of the protagonists at one point, so... And there's a point where he reaches out for the detective's shoe, and you think maybe the detective is going to help him for a second, and then it just doesn't happen, and then he explodes.
This game puts a lot of effort, and this movie puts a lot of effort into saying that all the humans are dickholes.
Yes.
And none of them are redeemable.
Which we already know that.
But yeah,
we as humans know that we are dickholes.
Yeah. So it's...
I would have...
But there's like absolutely no redeeming characters whatsoever, which sucks. Because it's like, okay, it would make sense if you were to be like, there's good people on both sides, but every single human you meet, even the fucking priest in the third act who says, no, these are living souls and everything, just turns into a giant twat in the end. When they find out that Boone was actually dead beforehand. And then they go, what do you mean you don't have a pulse or something like that? And they just walk out of the office, and suddenly there's a giant posse of rednecks with guns and everything just going, woo, let's go kill him, and like
and they go from thinking there's just this one undead guy to
immediately
the serial killer
the graveyard has
them,
all this shit going on
to Cronenberg convincing them that there's this entire city in this old prospector's graveyard in like the blink of an eye. So what are your thoughts on David Cronenberg as the serial killer? Just from acting and whatever standpoint. Because he didn't have anything to do with the script.
I guess he's kind of a creepy dude.
He's kind of a creepy dude.
That's as much as I can give you. The mask was interesting. I liked the sideways mouth thing. That was pretty good.
I thought he was kind of terrifying. As a little kid, like, that was the boogeyman for me. Like, he was fucking scary.
And then the part where he's running around during the big climactic
the big
showdown
climactic
fight
showdown where he kills the detective. He managed to kill the detective.
He kills the detective.
And then immediately puts on the mask and starts walking around
Run around stabbing people
well, not looking human at all when all these police are shooting things that do not look human. So you have
the NightBreed who can like shoot quills and they have snake tummy intestine things and Lord knows what else. And you have berserkers who are just fucking everything up they can get their hands on. Then you have the humans who are shooting anything they can. There's this dude with an obvious mask on, with a business suit, and with a couple of knives just running around going, "Toy, stab, stab, stab." I don't know why he's Irish all the time. So I guess I would say this movie is like oatmeal.
How so? Okay. Are those your thoughts on oatmeal? And those are your thoughts on NightBreed?
Well, it depends on what kind of oatmeal you get, but like if you're talking about the watery,
Well, I think it's oatmeal that has like, you know when your parents are trying to get you to eat oatmeal, but they put like some gummy bears or something in it, and then you just try your best to get to the gummy bears?
Does that?
My mom did that for me when I was little because I wouldn't eat oatmeal. But, you know the ones that used to have like the dinosaur eggs that would hatch in it?
That was a thing?
Yeah.
We just had plain old like brown cinnamon sugar kind.
No, my mom really could not get me to eat them.
This is dumb analogy.
It's like when, but you're digging through all this stuff. There's good stuff in there, but you have to get through all this other shit to get there. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
All right. So next movie I'm going to be showing you. I might give you a choice between Existence or what was the other one? Last Lovers Left Alive, which is a newer one. And Existence is a David Cronenberg. Out of the choice of those two, Two Less Lovely Lives or Existence, which is the video game David Cronenberg movie, which do you think?
I think I've seen bits and pieces of Existence.
Okay.
Is that the one where they have the weird controller thing? And
That's like fleshy?
Yeah.
So you've seen that?
Bits and pieces.
Okay. Would you be interested in seeing more of that? Or
sure.
Would you... Okay, so Existence is next.
I was going to say, why do I have to make a decision now?
I mean, you don't have to, but I mean, like, for the video. I wanted to make that a thing.
So I guess there'll be another crappy movie next time.
I don't think it is, but I guess that's why the show is called Amy Loves Bad Movies. Bye!
Insert logo when she says that thing.
Of course.
Do we have a logo?
No, I'll make one.
We'll make a logo.
We'll make a logo.
You can stop watching us now.
Yeah. And
come back to watch us.
Oh wow, the battery's actually dying.